Although most weight distribution hitches are sold with campers and travel trailers, they're not always set up to work properly leaving the dealer's lot. In this video, we're going to show you how to properly set up and use your weight distribution hitch. The goal of a weight distribution system is to ensure that the travel trailer and the vehicle it's attached to are as level as possible by distributing the tongue weight of the trailer across the vehicle's frame and not just at the rear end. Start by lining up the tow vehicle and travel trailer on level pavement in a straight position. Use the trailer tongue jack and the level to raise and lower the tongue until the trailer is level. Measure and record the distance from the pavement to the top of the coupler. Next, measure and note the distance from the rear and front bumper of the tow vehicle to the level ground. If your vehicle is equipped with air shocks, springs, or an automatic load leveling system, be sure to check your owner's manual for compatibility instructions. If no further instruction is given, deflate your air shocks or springs to their minimum recommended pressure before assembling and adjusting your weight distribution hitch. Now let's move on to assembling your weight distribution hitch. Insert the shank into the receiver tube of your trailer hitch. Depending on the coupler height of your trailer, the shank can be installed in either the upright or the inverted position as necessary. Once in place, position the head assembly with trailer ball onto the shank and raise it into position so that the top of the ball is 1 to 3 inches above the previously noted coupler height. This is to account for how much the tow vehicle will sag with the full weight of the trailer. Place the 2 flat washers over the short adjustment rod and install the head onto the shank at the previously determined height, starting with inserting the 5-inch hex bolt and conical tooth washer through the lower hole. With the adjustment rod in place, rotate the head unit tight against the shank. The ball should be vertical or slightly tilted back. Add or remove washers as necessary. Insert the remaining hex bolt and conical tooth washers and fasten the bolts with the supplied conical tooth washers and nylock nuts. Tighten the top bolt with a wrench just enough to hold the head firm to the shank when we couple the trailer. These bolts will be torqued later. Now we need to make sure that the lift chain is attached to the spring bars correctly. The weight distribution system that we have here came pre-attached. If yours did not, make sure that the U-bolt is attached evenly, leaving 2 or 3 threads below the nylock nut. Before attaching the spring bars to the head assembly, apply a thick fibrous grease to the attachment points of the spring bars. This will reduce friction and extend the life of your weight distribution system. Insert the bottom knob of the trunnion into the lower pocket of the assembly. Rotate it up so that the top knob passes through the entrance slot in the upper pocket. The spring bars on a weight distribution hitch act a lot like the handles on a wheelbarrow. Once engaged, they lift up on the back of the vehicle, distributing the tongue weight of the trailer to the front of the vehicle. Now we're going to couple the trailer. Raise the coupler enough for the ball to pass under and back the vehicle into position. Lower the coupler onto the ball just enough for the coupler to latch. Allow the jack to support some of the weight. With the latch into position, raise the coupler approximately 3 inches with the trailer jack. This will allow for easier installation of the chains onto the trailer. To install the chain lift brackets, position the spring bar so that it is parallel with the trailer frame and hold the chain vertically alongside the trailer. Position the lift bracket so that the chain is dead center and perpendicular to the ground. Take note of the position of the lift bracket and set the chain back down. Some trailers may have obstructions such as propane tanks and batteries in the way of the lift brackets. If this is the case, there are a number of brackets that can be ordered to correct this issue. Install the appropriate 1/2-inch bolt into the threaded hole of the bracket. Turn the bolt until it makes contact with the frame and tighten it a 1/4 turn past that. Now that our brackets are installed, it's time to attach the lift chains to them. The number of chain links between your spring bars and brackets will determine how much upward force your weight distribution system applies. The more chain links in between your spring bars and brackets, the less force is applied, and vice versa. Before attaching the chains, raise the tongue of the trailer with the jack. This will make the lift bracket operation easier and safer. Also make sure to stay clear of the pivot zone of the spring bars to ensure your safety. Raise the chain and bar up towards the lift bracket until the bar is parallel with the trailer frame. Take note of which link lines up with the bracket and place it onto the lift chain attachment hook. Be sure the chain is not twisted. There needs to be a minimum of 5 links between the spring bar and snap-up bracket. Any less and the snap-up bracket will bind. If there are less than 5 links required for even leveling, readjust the tilt of the head using the longer adjustment rod to provide more links. Insert the lift handle onto the top rod above the chain attachment. Raise the lift bracket up and over center so that it is fully seated against the mounting bracket. Secure the bracket into position by inserting the retainer clip into the bracket. Repeat this process on the other side of the trailer. Make sure that there is an equal amount of chain links in between the brackets and spring bars on both sides. With both brackets snapped in place, lower the trailer jack so that the full weight of the trailer is now resting on the hitch. Remeasure the distances between the ground and the front and rear bumper. These measurements should be within 1/2 of an inch of the original measurements. If more tension is needed, reduce the amount of links between the bars and brackets. Or adjust the tilt of the head unit. Now that the setup of your weight distribution system is complete, uncouple the trailer and torque all hardware to that specified in the supplied instruction sheet. Weight distribution systems should always be greased before each use. Always remember to connect your electrical and safety chains before towing. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video on weight distribution systems. If you'd like more information on towing, please visit us at CURTMFG.com.
CURT, the first name in towing products.